And
This
then,
meeting is being recorded.
and Kylie, Amy, if you want to raise your hand for coaching, I just announced that we're going to do this every week and through May from on Tuesdays from 11 to 12. I was like, what day is it? 12. We're going to do it every single week all the way through then. So exciting times. Dr. Jemay, give us a win. And then what would you like some coaching on?
I did Tales from the Classroom 2 times I did IG
On your
videos.
stories.
Yes, and I actually have put you,
Awesome.
I know you've been out of control doing all the things, but
So
I
many
did
things.
notify you. So
That's so exciting. Y'all, we have been up until like 2 in the morning every single day
stop
trying to
it.
unpack these boxes. I thought, because I was like, we had an 800 square foot apartment. How much work could it be? Y'all, I never thought I had so many clothes. I'm kind of like, where were they? Where are all these things
They're
hiding?
coming out of the
Today's
crevices,
journey.
right?
Oh my gosh, yes. And we've got I was like, we're gonna work on the echoing in this room, but it's like it's so exciting, guys. It's like we're almost ready, which is very exciting. And I'm proud of you. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, this weekend we've been working the whole time. But I am so excited that you're doing things,
I
showing
just
up
want
as
to
a
let
leader
you
like
know
that.
it's inspirational that your business is still running and you have all this stuff going. So now I know that I can have life going. I can buy like mega mansions. I can be like Megan and popping out babies, buying mansions all at the same time and running a business. So
I was talking to a friend and I was like, everything we wanted in 5 years is happening in 5 months. Wow.
yes.
Hot dog. It's like we are moving and grooving, but in
So
a good way.
I did do two videos because I never do. I've done videos before my business, but not in a public like setting like that on my Instagram account. So I did two stories, Tales from the Classroom. And I was like, Megan's idea was such a good idea when she was doing her Tales from the Classroom and how she uses what's happening in her professional life to support her business. So I did two of those, and of course, I had a blast. So I was like, this is
Your
so,
Broadway. This is
you
your
know,
stage.
my stage is the world. So I'm like, I just do. So it was super fun. It was a win because it was the first time I did speaking in that venue like that.
Yeah,
So it was
I can't wait to
fun.
see
I was
you.
able to like harness the speaking skills that I have for speaking to live audiences into that particular format. And what really helped me in our time together is that harnessing the skills that I have and transferring them into a new setting and just realizing how that's happening and being able to use that on the fly. Because I knew how to do it. I just didn't know how to make it create more ease around it. So it was super fun. So
Oh, I'm so glad. I love this for you. And I know you want to sign a client this month. How can
I don't
I
know
help
why I'm having
you?
so much fun and all the things and
That's the first, but it's like that's a great sign. And you
yeah.
want to give your brain those opportunities for fun in this. And I want to like I think we can have fun and focus on like who is this person? Who is the person that Dr. Jemay is meant to work with in January? I
Mhm.
know that they're out there. I know that they are needing some support. Where can we go and find them this week and next?
This is the question I wanted to bring. So, of course, that's a
Yeah.
celebration because you know I love public speaking
Yes.
and PR. Like, I'll jump
Uh-huh.
on the stage any minute. So, but my question is like, and this is one of the struggles that I had before we started working together. How do I manage that enthusiasm around that? Because I'm getting opportunities to speak left and right everywhere. And I
When
had
you do that,
stopped. Yeah, I
do
stopped
that.
doing that. Like I stopped creating those opportunities because I feel like it was kind of taking away from like making offers and selling and offering for consults because I had to start delegating some of that speaking opportunity stuff to my work at the university because I can overlap it when I need to. So some of the speaking requests I've delegated to university work line of the work that I do. And now I have another opportunity to speak, and I haven't told her yes or no yet because I wanted to get some coaching around this
Yeah.
with you first before I say yes or no. So I can keep
Yeah.
talking, but let me know what questions you have, and I can tell you more details around that if we need to.
Yes. What is the opportunity?
The opportunity is to be a guest on at least one podcast, is two podcasts. They are hosted by a business and life coach, and that's where I feel the overlap is too much. I explained to her what I did, like I work with people to make sure that they understand how to close lucrative contracts, like a sophisticated aspect of selling for experienced sellers. And I explained that to her, and she said she does the same thing. But nonetheless, she invited me to speak on some people, multiple podcast opportunities. So I'm thinking to say no because it might be too congruent. It
No,
might
it's
be
not.
no.
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no. So what you have to do is like if I've ever like done things with a business coach, I just find the one thing that makes us different. So even if we're both talking about marketing, I'm like, do you talk about DMs? No. I can talk to your people about DMs and you talk with my people about going viral.
She's not going to talk to my people, but I gave her complimentary coaching as the exchange. I coached her in her business
Okay.
as an exchange.
Love
So,
that.
yeah.
What is her offer? What is it? Can you find anything different? And I want everybody to think about this. If you're doing something where you're working with another business owner, even if there is overlap, there must be at least a few ways that it's a little different.
I think that it is. When I asked her about it, she said no. So what I think I might do is say, do you specifically coach interior designers? I can go at it that route.
I'm
No.
talking more about your process. I think that
Okay.
like, so for you, you could be like, hey, one of the things that I do as a professor is I talk about the scientific process, not the
Scientific method, yeah.
thank you, the
Mhm.
scientific method. And I would love to do an episode for your people about how they can. I was thinking, I was mixing scientific method and backwards design process, but it's like the two of those, it's like I would love to talk to them about accomplishing a goal. It could be reverse engineering your goal, it could be backwards design process, it could be scientific method, but be like, have you ever used that as a tool? I would love to talk with them about that, offer them a free resource at the end, and then they could get, do you have an email list? Get them onto your email list. Create a freebie, get them onto your email list, have some sort of a connection point with them, and then you actually reach out to them. The thing that happened to me this year is that I had so many leads coming in, like 400 leads in like 3 weeks, that I didn't have an opportunity to really personally connect with people. And now this year, I'm doubling down on the people that are now in my audience and actually building up a good relationship with them. Now, being a guest on a podcast, you've got to create a really compelling argument for people to take another step because that's including them, they're listening to a podcast. That usually means that their phone isn't always like readily available. It's not like they're scrolling so they can click right away. So you do need to make a really compelling argument for whatever piece of your process you want to teach. But yeah, I would do as many speaking engagements as you possibly can and just make it connect to your business. I don't think this is too much of an overlap.
The other opportunity is young adults who just got out of high school. They're like
Okay.
19-year-olds. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I
Okay.
don't know if I can kind of make an offer to that audience for my particular one-to-one coaching, but that's why I delegated that to the university side of the work and not my private coaching. So I mean
Okay.
that's done. So, but what can I learn from that? So,
Learning. Great question. So when we think about it, I think that the best part about business is you get to be really creative and find connections where there aren't any. So I
yeah.
think that for me, even though I was like kind of starting to lean towards business coaching, I got in front of NC State classes and I worked in their career department. And I was like talking with them about making decisions, the confidence that they would need to have, those kind of things. And that's what also led me to getting more speaking engagements. I got in front of women in television and communications in New York City. And that's how I signed a client there because people saw me doing those speaking engagements. They were like, whoa, Megan's doing speaking engagements. I should have her do a speaking engagement for me. You know what I mean? Our food's getting delivered for our meal service. I'm like, now I can see people, which is so exciting. I'm
That's
like,
good.
hello, friends. But okay, so how does that feel to you? Finding connections where there aren't any, even if it's people who are just graduating from high school, guess what? A lot of people are like, more people are seeking entrepreneurship in this generation than ever because there are so many inflated costs with living. Most families are not income families anymore. Most are dual income families. And a lot of people are getting influenced in a positive way on social media because they're seeing all these people who are creating time and financial freedom through opening their own business. It's a very appealing thing for younger generations, not having to work for somebody else. And it could be something that maybe you get a huge audience of like high schoolers. One of my first clients, Amber Abila, she was straight out of high school, started her business.
That's basically, they're not in high school, but they're straight out of high school, starting at a community college. So I
Yeah.
was like, usually people who come to my work have experience in the professional space, they have experience selling. Usually
Broaden your
those are my
horizon.
people, but that's an old offer. Maybe this is just a new offer because they are interested in entrepreneurship.
I bet they
So
are.
100% they are.
Start a
So
side
I
hustle.
don't know. And I mean, young people get creative around how to fund things. I mean, they're students, so they might have
Mhm.
opportunities for student funding that they can spend it there. They might have more power over their money than maybe other students do. Maybe other students have to go through their parents, and I didn't have to go through my parents when I was very independent at 18 and 19. I have to ask my parents for anything, and they didn't have it anyway. I come from a very modest background, so I made those decisions myself, and that could have been a decision that I made. Oh, I'm gonna spend $3,000 or whatnot to learn how to be an entrepreneur. And I mean, I can easily teach them. Usually, I mean, I could teach any age. So,
I know. So I think that for you, we're going to break the box that you're putting your business in,
yes, is a
break
goal.
it, get creative about opportunities, and we're going to think outside the box and be like, if I could, I have an opportunity to talk with a chiropractor. How could this apply? What do people go if maybe there are people who go to a chiropractor and they want to start their own thing? Who knows? I can talk with them about that. Maybe they know of other people. If I have an opportunity to, it's like just finding opportunities where there aren't any. I mean, I talked with financial advisors. I was like, do you have any business owners? No. Well, maybe I could talk with them about if you have a lot of people who are retirees, maybe they want to start a business in retirement and they're bored. I could talk to them. You know what I mean? It's just like getting creative, finding connections where there aren't any is going to be a very, very important thing for you this year. So I'm excited. So maybe even reach out to the universe, about the university and be like, hey, I would love to do another segment about entrepreneurship. Would you want to? I would love to talk with them about starting their own business and creating their own side hustle. And
This is what the talk was initial. It's kind of a long story, but this is what her and I talked about last year,
uh-huh.
about how to create like your own reputation. And part of being an entrepreneur is commanding your reputation. So it's in the wheelhouse of leadership and entrepreneurship. So I can easily like talk about that in this. And I can still like, even though I thought about bringing in other people from like some of my people in my executive cohort at the university to come in and talk about it. I mean, I don't see why I couldn't
Jump
still
in.
kind of do both or kind of tweak it. So
I would jump in, ask her if you can do another one. From one
that's a good
opportunity at
idea.
the school, it was like the first year college students, I got three different speaking engagements. Was like, I can do one on a 10-year plan, I can do one on burnout, and I can do one on decision making. Will you
Yeah.
let me do all three? And they were like, yeah, we need programming. Perfect. And I was like, great, excellent. I will do all three of these presentations. And I drove from Winston-Salem to do it. So for you, get out of the box, think out of that situation, pitch yourself, join in that other one, and then also think about your offer. It's 6 months, 3K, but that's $125 a week. That is $5,500 a month. I did that when I was teaching, when I was just doing general life coaching. I just wanted a general life coach to be the best that I could be in every regard. And I picked up two tutoring clients like Kylie has. I literally was like two tutoring people. I was doing reading support on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then I
Yeah.
went and worked after school right afterwards. But a tutoring session was $60. And then that gave me two tutoring sessions. That was $120. And I was like, boom, that pays for my coaching.
Should I worry about that taking away that I'm a little worried about that taking away the time that I'm doing on like my social media, like the time. And I know posting doesn't take as long. You taught me the system on that, but now I'm getting into videos and doing reels and doing stories. And I feel like if I spread myself too thin, that I won't be able to have that focus in the business on doing that. Should I just kind of wing it as I go, like just break the business and just keep doing whatever, or do I need to kind of stay with one thing?
I think you're being called to increase your capacity.
Okay, okay.
I think that right now you have an opportunity to become a more efficient and more focused entrepreneur that is able to do the speaking engagements, is able to get out your social posts, that is able to show up live and be a professor. You're being asked to do it all. And I think that that's what it does take time initially to get used to it, but then it becomes your new norm. And I would much rather you push for a norm that is expanding your horizons versus cutting things out and staying at your current level. I would rather you push.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
So
All
let's
right.
add speaking engagements in,
Yeah.
add talking in. It doesn't need to be all at once. It doesn't need to be like, okay, so because I know that for me, I'm like my perfectionist brain can always be like, okay, so Megan said that I need to do all the things. So now I'm gonna get a speaking engagement and I'm gonna have to do on my story. I'm gonna do Tales from the Classroom every single day. That's
All the
not what I'm saying.
things.
All the things, but it's about building up. It's like scaffolding to something that's reasonable. So for you this week, let's take it like again in by March. I'm envisioning you having these speaking opportunities come in weekly and monthly. I'm envisioning you on your stories regularly. I'm envisioning those stories potentially repurposed into reels that people can see your voice, tone, and style and start to get to know you. That's where I'm picturing you in 3 months. What can we do this week to set you up 3 months from now? Like, what would be reasonable to
Say
scaffold?
yeah. Just say yes to when people ask me to speak. So just don't overthink it. Just say yes and do it. So that would just, it's pretty simple. I have enough of them coming in just to say yes to all of them.
Yes, and then with the free, it's like, so we're gonna say yes to this current speaking opportunities. I want you to think about what would be the best freebie that I could use that I could put on other speaking engagements, and then I want you to pitch that for the podcast. So if you're like, I really think that scientific method is going to be like something I could talk about with these high schoolers, and I could talk about it on a podcast,
Mhm.
whatever it is, think about it's like create a freebie, create a what does it mean to be versatile? Thank you, versatile freebie.
Should my
And
freebie always just be the consult anyway?
usually, yes, but within things like doing a presentation or doing a presentation or a podcast, you can also create you can yes, it should always be it should always be a consult on social media. But to get people to social media, to get people on your email list, sometimes they need a little something. And that's where a freebie can be useful. And you can test it. And you can be like, okay, on one, if she is going to let me be a guest on 1 to 2 podcasts, one podcast, I will do a freebie pitch as a call to action. The next podcast, I will do a consult pitch and see what works. But then the freebie should be selling people on a consult.
Mhm.
So you'd be like, okay, I'm going to teach you the scientific method. And then if this sounds like it's for you, if you want support making this applicable, sign up for a consult. We can make it a reality.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
And I want you to do two more Tales from the Classroom.
Easy. That's,
Okay?
I could do those all day. So,
Okay, so we've got to do this week saying yes to the current speaking opportunities, creating a versatile feed, two more Tales from the Classroom. I want you to, so that's the action line of this week.
I got the actions, yup.
What do you need to think to get that out there for the result of signing a client within the next 2 weeks?
This is easier than I make it to be. So I think it's easy enough, but it's easier than I even think it is.
What feeling do you want to feel?
I would say leisurely.
And think about when you brought in those people for the other offer, it
Mhm.
was easy.
It was easy. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Super easy. Okay.
How you feeling? Good?
Yep. Feeling leisurely.
Leisurely we roll. I love it.
All right.
Okay, Amy, we'll see you and go ahead and give us a win and let's get coaching. I missed you also. Hi, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's good to be here.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I feel like I'm out of the depths of first trimester now. So
Also,
thank
I didn't
God.
know if you wanted to announce it, but Ann and
Yeah,
I are pregnant at the same time. She's a couple weeks behind me. And whoa,
I
it's a
know.
lot. We're both first timers, so it's like, whew, what a journey it has been.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a huge one to be here because, oh my gosh, it has been a wild ride of just, I mean, I felt overall fine, but oh my gosh, I was so wickedly tired. My motivation was just in the dumpster for everything. I mean, I was just trying to survive day to day.
Yes,
So,
I so get that. In a
oh
way
my
that I
gosh.
never like I heard pregnancy tired. Like it's like you hear it and you're like, yeah, like I've been tired before.
It's
It's like, what is this? It's a whole
crazy.
new world. Even like it's so funny, like moving and like doing the boxes and stuff. I'm in my second trimester, so I thought it would be better. But I would just have these times where I just sit and I'd be like,
I know.
Rob was like, you gotta sit. He was like, this is he was like, get some caffeine, do something. And I was
I
like,
know.
I
Yeah,
just like
and
zoned out. It was so hard.
yeah. The worst part is because I'm in Alaska and it was like well below zero for
Oh my God.
weeks and weeks and weeks. So it was just, I mean, and it's dark here. I mean, we have like 4 hours of daylight.
Oh my
It's
God.
negative 15 degrees. And so to be like lethargic and tired already on top of that, it was just, but now it's like warmer. It's in like 10 degrees. So it feels so
A
good.
toasty 10 degrees. Oh my
Yeah.
God. We're getting 15. There is a potential forecast this weekend.
Mhm.
Also, I will keep you guys posted if there's like anything that is like, I don't think that we'll have any issues, but we might get 12 to 15 inches of snow. Kylie, I don't know if you're in that boat, but I've never seen that I've lived in North Carolina my whole life. The most I think I've ever seen was like 8. And I'm
No,
like,
that's a lot.
what is happening? So I thought of you. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be like Anne in Alaska.
And when it's snowing, it's warm. It like feels good because the temperature rises to snow. So
Oh,
it's
it's
crazy.
a cozy snow.
Yeah.
Anne.
But
Uh,
anyway, so
but
that's
you're
why it's like,
ready. You're
what's
feeling
that?
good. You're feeling
Yeah.
good now in the second trimester.
Yeah. How many weeks are you?
Oh my God, I should know this. I think I'm 21 now.
Okay, so you're
20 or
like
21.
okay, so you're like pretty much a month ahead of me because I'm 17 weeks. So you're
Yes.
a few.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think I'm 20
cool.
weeks.
Nice.
Because on the 7th, we had our ultrasound. And I was 18 and a half
Okay.
or 18 and 5 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So then that was 19. Yeah, so I'm like around 20.
Okay.
Crazy.
Nice.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Um, yeah, okay, so I have so many just kind of general questions,
Yeah.
mostly about what do I do about clients and being pregnant and have a baby on the way? Because I have no
Yeah.
idea what to do. And I've just had a lot of thoughts about mostly realizing because I work all one-on-one. So every single client that I have, that's an hour every week that I'm working with someone. And,
Yeah.
it's fine. I got through it first trimester, Lord willing, and it was great. But I just really realized that with a baby, how am I going to do this? Because I don't want to have a babysitter. We don't have any family near us here, and my husband's going to be back at work. And so, how am I going to be taking clients? And, if I have right now, I have 5 clients, so like 5 hours is a long time to be talking to people, and I need to be present. This isn't something where I'm like logging on the computer and working remotely and I can, multitask. Like I want to be present with my clients. So
Yeah.
I guess my question is one, if you have any suggestions on like what I should do with that.
Mhm.
Secondly, so I'm due the end of June, and so my program is 4 months. Um, so I was just thinking at the end of February, I feel like I should almost kind of cut off taking clients. And I'm still working part-time, like doing my other jobs, and like I'm still making income, but I just don't, I don't really want to commit to taking clients when I'm in May, and then I only have 6 weeks, and then I have to figure out how to finish it,
Mhm.
after, because I want to take at least 2 months off,
That
because
was
I
my next
can.
question was, okay.
So it just seems awkward to put a
Yeah.
pause, and then I have no idea what life is going to be like with a baby. So I just don't want someone to pay in full, and then we have this like awkward gap, and then I'm like, hey, I can't be there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My thought was one, to kind of cut off taking clients at the end of February. Second thought was to kind of slowly shorten my program and say, hey, I have 3 months left. We're going to make this a 3-month program instead of four.
Mhm.
Do that. And then lastly, my thoughts, and we don't have to figure it all out today, but I just want to
Yeah.
like start talking out loud and
Yeah.
creating a plan, because also once I do, like the time after, let's say February, after I cut off um, talking or taking clients, I still want to somehow serve people and get connected, because I'm going on 2 podcasts here soon. I have 2 in-person workshops and like events. So people are gonna be coming to me, and it's the weirdest thing. I'm almost like, I don't want people.
Yeah.
I'm
I
scared.
know. Yeah. Oh,
So
trust me. I was like, but
yeah.
I've got this, like, the good news is I am in it and I've helped, like, I think 6 other people through maternity leave. And one of my clients, she had her first baby she's gonna come on the podcast and share about it. But
Mhm.
she had made 600K the year before. And last year, with a 3-month maternity leave, was her first $1 million year.
That's crazy.
Like, so it's like, it is so possible. That's what I want to like show you is like, it's possible. We're going to create a reentry plan that feels really good to you. And there are lots of other options that you can do beforehand. First and
Mhm.
foremost, love the idea of shortening the program. I think
Okay.
that's fantastic. One of the things that I'm going to do through my maternity leave is I created a low ticket course, which I do not recommend courses to pretty much anyone else, but I made something that was small. It's called Content to Consults. It's $19 and I'm selling it right now for like $9.99. And that's something that I can do to get people onto my email list. I was talking with Dr. Demay. Again, rarely will I talk to you guys about freebies. I would much rather the freebie be a consult and you talk with them about working with you. But what you can do in that time is list building and you can schedule stuff out. I'm scheduling out my podcast to go out while I'm on maternity leave so people can still join my email list. They can still join my world. And I have other people that are coaching in my groups for me, which you won't have. But I love the idea of shortening the program. And then you could also wait. I think that you're very wise to be like, okay, I'm not really sure what life's gonna look like with a baby. For
Mhm.
me, what we're doing is I'm moving all of my one-on-one clients to Tuesday. I'm going to get support on Tuesdays I'm going to have my parents. I'm fortunate enough that they live close. So they're gonna watch the Eve on Tuesdays, and then Rob has off on Wednesdays because he works 12-hour shifts on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So he's gonna
Mhm.
watch Eve on Wednesdays. But what another client of mine did is she was like, my husband is off on the weekends and at night. So then she took her clients on the weekends at night. And like
Yeah,
once
which
they
I don't
run
want to do that though.
you don't
Like I
have to. I would say there's so many options. There's so
yeah.
many things. And the good news is we both have jobs that we can work from home. So when you're beautiful, you know if you'll find out if it's a boy or a girl soon, or you're gonna leave it surprise.
We'll find out. We haven't done like any ultrasounds or anything yet. So we're
Oh,
gonna find out at like the 22-week ultrasound. So that'll be in like a month and a half or
a
so.
month and a
Yeah.
half. Oh my
Yeah. We have
gosh.
no
Okay.
idea.
So exciting. So,
Yeah.
but the good news is we do have jobs that do allow for the flexibility once you stabilize. There are going to be so many options. There's so many things that you can do. I love these ideas of shortening the program, serving the people by creating that either freebie or maybe a mini course connection point, because you already do have little pieces of your course that you teach right
Mhm.
now live.
Yeah. So
That's what made me
one
think of it for you.
one other thought, and I know you said don't do courses, but I really was considering because with all of my clients, it's 4 months long, one-on-one, and the first 2 months are presentations that are the same for every single client.
That's why I
So
thought of you for it.
yeah, and so what I am curious is maybe if I could do something with that. I was thinking one, recording that and having that be sold.
In
So I don't know if
isolation.
that's a, because I know that's a whole different game to sell, but I was thinking I could even still take one-on-one, like 30-minute consult calls and say, hey, I'm not
Right.
taking clients right now, like personally, but this, I literally teach you this the first half of us working together. So I was thinking about starting to maybe do that, but I wanted to talk to you first if that
Yeah.
was a good idea.
That's why I thought of you because I knew that you already had the presentations and that would be a perfect thing for you. And
Mhm.
that's why I was thinking that over freebies because I've had people do freebies during maternity leave. And that's also really great. Just batching out, getting freebies out, and then recalibrating and seeing what life looks like. And
Mhm.
then serving the people through that mini course and then selling a course instead of doing a freebie, I think would be the best option for you. So, but
Okay.
I do like the idea of shortening the program. And
Yeah, because I can still take clients right now, but I was thinking kind of in this meantime of almost giving people the option before maternity leave and then after maternity leave is hard. Like, hey, this is all I have right now.
mhm,
So you can
I love
still, so I don't know. What are you, I guess, how do I do that?
scaffolding
Which,
pre-June.
what's that?
Is the scaffolding pre-June? So first and foremost, let's figure out with these 5 current clients that you have,
Hmm.
do you, do you want to be like, you know what? Let's just go all my clients. We pause until after the baby is born and we see what life is like. Would that feel like what feels good to you? Because we can make anything work. And the good news is you also have income coming in. It's not like
Yeah.
you're gonna be in a situation where you're not gonna have money coming in. So it's like everything is good. Like this is, I think, like the perfect situation we could be in is you
Yeah.
have money coming in. That's a guarantee. You also have awesome clients that are getting great results and you have the potential for a course. A lot of one-on-one clients do not have a course or things like that. So they kind of
Mhm.
have to go cold turkey. So you've got like literally like the best situation possible. What
Mhm.
feels good to you? Do you want to stop cold turkey, see what it's like, and then be like in July, August, so in like September, October, see what things are like, and then decide to take on people again if you want?
Yeah, I think I definitely want to stop cold turkey probably in June, realistically, because I'm due
Mhm.
the end of June. So probably by then it doesn't even make sense to try and squeeze in someone because it would be 3 to 4 weeks and who knows when baby's coming,
Yeah.
who knows. So definitely a hard stop by June. And then I don't want to plan or make any promise to anyone that I will be taking on one-on-one clients after. So that's my biggest thing is it might feel really great and baby might be super chill and it'll be totally fine to take on clients, but I don't want to set myself up for failure in the sense of, okay, this is chaotic. I don't even know if I'm having twins or not. Like there could be so many different factors of,
How many factors in here? Well,
yeah.
I have your so I pulled up your annual plan
Okay.
and I am on it right now because you're in the what is now going to be six figure scaling, the mastermind. So within here, I have for let's talk about, I'm going to make you a new tab
Okay.
for like, I'm going to just combine collaborations and outreach. Yes, I will share that. And then I'm gonna make this one like call to action. How does that sound? So it's like personal webinar your people, call to action, outreach, collaborations. And I'm gonna put this in our chat. And then Jermaine, yes, I will put that in the chat too. I'm just doing a private one to you and to other people. There you go. That is your annual plan. And then Dr. Jemay, great question. I am going to put the link for this for everybody. This is the notes for today. Also, what's it called? The I don't think the replay got posted last week because we haven't done this in a little bit. So I will get the replay posted for last week. I also was like, last week was such good coaching. I mean, today's really great coaching too. Um, and I'm like, these could be great podcast episodes. Okay, but I'm in your annual plan, Doc, and we were talking about doing webinars, but I think let me I'm just gonna move this. How are you feeling physically? Do you want to do any webinars with a call to action, even to sell the course? Because I think that we should start selling. So,
Mhm.
if I were you, what I would do is I would sell 4 months, right? February, March, April, May. I
Mhm.
would sell one-on-one spots through the end of February.
Okay.
Then I would shorten it in March. Let me,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Okay. Okay. And then it would be
oh,
three months. Yeah.
I'm writing this down, 4 month one-on-one package. Then in March, I would sell shortened
Hmm.
3 month one-on-one coaching. In April, I would start to learn how to sell the course
Okay. That feels good.
and start talking about that through, and then course in May and in June. And then throughout maternity leave, sell course
Yeah.
time. And we
Because
reevaluate.
yeah, because even like in maternity leave, I plan on taking like a few months off, but I know I'm gonna want something, but I don't want to commit to one-on-one. So that felt like a good bridge of, I'm still talking to people, but then I'm like,
And you're
hey, I
bringing in
repurchased
money.
that. Yeah.
And you're like learning, and I think that you should sell your course potentially at a higher, like mine is 19.99. I definitely think you should sell yours for higher.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about like three something, like 300,
Love.
350, something like that, where it's, I don't know, I haven't decided on that, but something where it's an investment, but it's also affordable.
Yeah, I think that would be really great. 300 or 350. But like, and then you can take your time, see when you want, if you do want to take on those one-on-one clients again, you could,
Mhm.
and figure out, okay, like what would this look like for me? Maybe you're just reading the labs. Like so
Yeah.
Monday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm gonna do a lot of my client facing work. And I was even talking with Rob because I'm currently taking 3 months of maternity leave, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna want to take the full 3 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just so much there that like I'm like, because we do, again, we're very fortunate to have support. So it's like I don't know. Maybe I'll want to come
Mhm.
back a little sooner. Who knows? But I'm not saying that. I'm not like promoting that to anybody.
Right, exactly.
This
Yeah, that's
Facebook group, this stays between us. But like, you know what I mean? It's like that for I think just like, especially because we're first time moms, I think
Mhm.
having the flexibility to be like, okay, here's what I think things are gonna look like.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's like, so it may be thinking like after maternity leave, like maybe I could just read the labs and send them a loom. Maybe that could be something I could do during nap time.
yeah, and that's where I think I just want to be really open when I
Yes.
get to that point because maybe starting a group program makes sense, or even just kind of combining, it's live, but it's, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of options, but doing the Dutch test and reading the client labs is a huge part of it. And that's obviously going to be missing with the program, or like the course that I sell. So yeah, I think that's kind of like a later thing. And there's a lot of like great paths I can go down. But as of now, I just wanted to kind of figure out what should I be working on, what should I be selling, and kind of creating a plan because I've been starting to kind of panic on what am I doing, especially because I
Plan.
have had some amazing opportunities to go on some podcasts. I'm doing an in-person workshop February 3rd, and by the time they're released and I'm talking to people, it's kind of, it's going to be in March.
Yeah.
So,
So what I would do is for the March, I would still potentially, like you were saying, sell a consult in February, and then you could always, if they book a consult later, you can sell them the course. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like if they hear you on a podcast in March and then they book a consult in April, you can be like, hey, so great to talk to you. I've got this course now. I'm not doing one-on-one coaching, but I will. This course is fantastic. You're gonna love it.
That sounds good. Yeah, because then I'm still connecting and then, yeah, explaining like what it is that they're buying. Because that's what's going to be hard for me is when I get to that point, I'm definitely going to need help on how do I sell this course? Because um, I know the value, but I have a hard time of really explaining the value. So,
I got you.
yeah,
But for now, record it. Record it now.
yeah, that
So
sounds good.
this month, you're gonna record the podcast. You're gonna get the program. You're gonna sell one-on-one coaching at. And are you gonna do any webinars? Would you like to do one in February for your main audience if you're doing a live one in person on the 3rd?
Probably not. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not February because I'm going to be traveling, going to my brother's wedding and whatnot. So it's going to
Okay,
be
okay.
kind of a lot. So I don't think I'll have time to prepare for it. But I think March, April will be a good time to kind of reevaluate on what makes sense to if I can do a webinar and how to sell a course on a webinar. Because I would like to still connect with people and explain, what it is that I have to offer. But I just got really freaked out about like what if I did get clients and then I couldn't take them. So
And you'll be able to, so right now we can take them.
yeah.
And then in February and then in February we'll shorten it, March shorten it, then or in March shorten it, April
Mhm.
course.
Yeah. And when should I start telling? Because second off, I haven't been on social media in literally 3 months, so that's not great. But I was thinking, should I start kind of announcing that I'm taking clients up until the end of February and start, I don't know if it's good to create that urgency or start to
And you
just
know
talk
what?
about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Be like, and I would be like, hey, I'm taking clients till the end of February. I will have more options for you, but if you want to
Mhm.
get in one-on-one with me, this is going to be your last few days to get this chance.
Okay. Okay,
And
that feels
this, I would never, we always want to sell urgency for them. So I want you to think about like, it's like still selling. Hey, I want you to start this year strong. I want 2026 to be your best year yet. I was able to get pregnant through the same things that I teach my clients.
good.
If that is any aspiration for you, I would love for you to be my next, like, it's like, I want you to be the next success story, just like I've been. But do
Okay.
you see how it's about them, but we're still selling? Just a heads up, this is something for you to be aware about.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good because I haven't even talked about I'm pregnant like on
I
anything.
would
Like
announce it. I'd be
nobody
like,
knows.
surprise, I'm pregnant and we're doing the damn thing. And
Yeah.
now we are about to, it's like it's been such a journey, but I genuinely don't know how I would have done it without the functional medicine support that I have. This is
Mhm.
something I want for all of you. If you are ever considering getting pregnant this year or want to get pregnant, this is an awesome opportunity to use functional medicine as that avenue. Or if you just want to take back, and again, not using these words, but take back control of your reproductive health, this is
Yeah.
the best thing for you to do.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I definitely have a lot of work to start thinking about the course and all of that, but I'm glad you agree that it sounds like a decent idea because I know, yeah.
Literally what I'm gonna do.
What's that?
Yeah, it's literally what I'm doing. I think it's a great idea. I really do. I wouldn't tell you it's and that's one of the things that I think a lot of people are doing their maternity leave is having that opportunity, especially for, again, we're first time. So it's like, what is life going to look like after baby? We're learning. We're going to find out.
Have to figure it out.
But we're figuring it out together. And
know.
I know I've seen so many people. I've helped so many people through maternity leave. I know you are going to be great. Okay.
Yay. Thank you. You too. It's so cool. Alrighty. Well, thanks, Megan. I'll be here more now that I'm like out of the depths.
It's like, we made it through.
I feel like I was in like a black hole. So
yes.
it was just
Here,
like,
here.
it was, yeah.
It was a
Great.
journey. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
100%. But I'm excited for you. I think this is going to be so amazing. And if you have any other questions, like we're going to be coaching together up until your maternity leave.
Yeah.
I'll coach you all
Yeah.
the way through.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Of course. So good. Well, let's finish up today with Kylie. Go ahead and give us a win. I love your greenery behind you. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
But like it's new.
Nothing on my bookshelf yet.
Just yet, but it's looking good. I love the background.
We're in the process. So I'm not pregnant, but I have a black hole question of my own.
Let's do it.
So since I had the flu, I've been in this flare up, and a win is even though I have been at absolute minimal capacity, I've still brought on a couple of tutoring students this year that I didn't have last semester. I've hired a math person to be like a 1099 contract employee, and she's starting with her first student. So I feel like God's just kind of held it all up and together while I've been out of commission. So, and we can carry this question over to the 1 o'clock if you want to. It might be a good one to carry over, but I don't know if you have any other folks that are kind of new to everything. I might be the newest one, but I just need a little direction into normally I ingest information constantly, but not feeling well. I have not been doing that. So my main hurdle, I'm like Jamae, like I make things harder than they really are, especially with social media. So if you could point me in some directions, whether it be things that are in the module, podcast you have, freebies you have, or just how to access what, like when you say Bridge is going to post something, I don't even know yet where to go find that. I mean, you've probably told me, but as far as like if it's Canva tricks or spreadsheet tricks, like anything to make my social media more efficient and simple, those are that and how to access what you've already shared with me are my two questions. And like I said, you don't have to go past 12. We can just carry it over.
You are absolutely fine. And I've got free stuff, and I would like to show you stuff with the marketing systems.
Okay.
So for this week, and I'm looking, and I'm not sure if Bridge has uploaded it just yet, but I went over Canva this week. So if anyone listens to the podcast this week, I literally went through it because I was like, it's a hot topic for so many people. But when you're thinking about creating simplicity in marketing, here's what I do. I take one Canva template and I have colors, and I just change the color and change the words on the template, and it's picture, Canva template, picture, template, picture, template.
Okay.
It's very simple, but it looks streamlined. And so for me, a lot of times people, like when I first started, I would work on carousels. I would make all these really, just give us beautiful graphics and beautiful options. But I not only do I think that that isn't always the best use of time, but
Mhm.
I also think that it can look really chaotic on your grid
Mhm.
too. Because like you've got like a picture and like a lot of words and it's really small and it's like, so what I would do is I would have one Canva quote and then it's like one, and I don't know if you've seen mine, but it's like very basic. It's literally just like one color words. And like there's two types of font for the word. So I've got like one that's small and one that's big. Like switch the order of it. But I'm gonna send you that Canva podcast. Um and I'll put that in our notes for today. And if anyone's watching this in the Facebook group, I'll send this to you. But this is episode 96 of the podcast, just in case people are wondering. So that would be helpful for Canva. Now, if we're just starting out, remember we talked about like doing the minimum baseline in marketing. Like if you're
Yeah,
not
just
feeling
the
it,
hot post, and then
just
if I'm able
testimonials,
to backing up. Okay, yeah.
just testimonials. So those ones that you got from that Google form that you did, that's got you for 8 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
All the way through to March, really.
Yeah.
If you just do one of those a week, that's what I would recommend is starting with the hot post. And what you could do, if you want to start dabbling in the world of video or things like that, the podcast right before that, episode 95, that is about how to do short form video content. So it's like if you do, one of the things that you could do is you could have a quote and be like, I remember reading like my student has never felt so confident before.
Mhm.
And it's like real, and if you still want to call it I forget the name. It's something Southern.
Something Southern.
Something
4011 learning.
4011. It's like real results from 4011 tutoring clients. It's like something like that underneath it.
Mhm.
And have just the written testimonial and just elaborate on it. Like I was saying, like last week, it's like when this student came to me, they were really struggling. They felt like they were reading at such a low level. It led to them feeling really insecure and not signing up for group projects. After we started working together, they were doing this and that. And I want your student to be the next student like that. The way you get started is by booking a consultation, sign up here. So that's what you can do for the post. Then what I do is I take that post and I put it into my AI best friends and Claude or chat. And I say, can you take this big long post and summarize it into 5 to 7 sentences for a reel? And they're in the episode 95, which again, I've got the link for that one, so I'll send it to you. But for 95, there are different forms of video content. So I'm going to give you the simplest to the most advanced. If you do want to do video, do you want to do video? Let me ask.
No, I enjoy video. I have a
Okay.
YouTube channel. I have a Riverside
Shelley.
account. Have a Riverside account that like I
Okay.
can do a long form video and it creates short form for me. Sometimes it doesn't do exactly what I would do, but it's a shortcut, so.
Okay. How often are you doing these YouTube videos?
Well, I mean, I was doing them more like monthly and then repurposing to short form.
Yeah.
I haven't done any in a while. The podcast I did was recorded, so that's kind of what I posted for January.
What is it called? I'm on YouTube right now.
4011 Learning for Families.
I'm looking it up. Here we are. I'm subscribing to you. Look at you with that gray blazer. We love that.
That's
Okay.
AI. Thank you very much. That is
Is
my
it really?
that is my selfie picture, and AI created a headshot. Yeah.
It's so funny. So what you could do if you did want to have some other content, you could repurpose some of this old stuff and use that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like you could literally go to the one from 5 months ago. What if my child can't comprehend text?
Right.
You could literally repurpose that for next week. And then boost your child's reading fluency with a fun at-home strategy. You could do one a week for the rest of the month. Or
Okay.
you do like one a week for all of February.
Okay.
Homework, surviving and thriving. That could be the topic for March. Metacognition and understanding what you read. I would do it. I feel like that's oh, look at the student success. So are
Those were little short 2-minute videos when I was advertising a student success workshop that nobody signed up for, but it's all experience. So
it's all about learning. It's all about learning. But I'm like looking at it like the skills and time management, test taking skills, those could all be repurposed again. People don't remember. The
Right.
point of marketing is to be a billboard. Get people that are in your world driving past and getting reminded 4011 tutoring exists.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not about necessarily creating it's not about creating the new stuff all the time.
hmm
You know, you can repurpose it. But for now, within this, I would take with the videos, you could either shortest to hardest, if you do want to include short form video content. This is the episode 95 of the podcast. And again, I'm going to put it's here, I'm going to put this in the chat for you, and I will find the episode 96 for sure. But within this 95, the easiest to hardest, there's 3 really easy ones. There are B-roll, which is like behind the scenes video content. You've probably seen me doing those, like where I'm on a trip and I'm like, hey, here's the Eiffel Tower, whatever. Like those kind of things. That's B-roll. You also have the option to do what's called a remixed reel. So that's where you can take something that's pop culture related. It could be an office clip. It could be something that's just like a funny video. Like today, the one we're posting is because I did Canva was the topic of this week. So it's like you became an entrepreneur to have time and financial freedom. It's like you created a business to have time and financial freedom. Also, you spent 6 hours on Canva trying to figure out hex codes. And it's like
Yeah.
comment 96 to figure out more. But it's this guy floating down a street that's flooded and on a couch. And he's like this.
Right.
So it's like funny things like
I
that.
love it.
You
Yeah.
can remix and make it like just something that's something that is like
How do you do things like that and not worry about like what things are like in the public domain or allowed to use and whatnot?
if it is a remixed reel, that's actually content that Instagram is trying to push out that
Okay.
is that
Where
is
do you find it? Where do you find
I'll show you guys how to do this. And this is also I explained this in that video. But here are my remix reels. And I have a whole folder I share with the masterminders. But here we go. So, okay. This could be like, oh, let me find one where people are dancing. You want this one. It's like when your kid jumps 2 reading levels within the next 3 weeks.
Okay, cute. Yeah.
You see that? And so what you do is and I do that all in this video here. So if you watch this, like I show you, let me try and find a good piece.
Okay.
In here, I literally go through on my iPhone. Let me find it. Okay, it's a trending remake. Did I do remix first? Maybe it's so easy.
That's okay. I'll go watch it. You said that's episode 95.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me find it. Okay, that was a trending one. Here's a remix one. I literally have the exact same one. So it's like you stopped collecting courses and started implementing in the mastermind. And it was like, this was a funny one. It's like on my way to post a reel, like it's 6 likes and 1 fire emoji. It's like, oh, that's funny, you know? So it's like things like that. And what you do to know if it's remixable or not,
Okay.
you typically have to do it on your phone. But that's why I was like, it's tricky. In that episode, that's why I go over all of it.
Mhm.
But if it doesn't, I what I do is I just save them, I bookmark them to a folder, and I say remix reels. Like anytime I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, this is productive, and I'm like,
Okay,
this is
there
great.
you go.
And then
Yeah.
I go in and I put in, and I'm like, oh, this would be a funny one, or like, um. POV, your kid is in the lowest percentile for reading. Let's change up this year.
Mhm.
And it's like one of my clients was in the lowest percentage of reading for 3 years. We started working together, realized it was their study skills and their habits that were really the problem. Not
Mhm.
only did it increase their comprehension, but they were able to stay organized in other classes. Like it's like their reading skills and study skills help them to excel in other areas. I want your kid to be the next kid in 4011 learning.
Okay, perfect. So B-roll remix, and then what was the next one?
Trending reels. So that
Okay.
one is where, like, let's say you hear the a song that you like, and I like to use, I think that my mental age is probably like around like 56. So it's like I like 70s and 80s music is my jam. My whole wedding was like all 70s and 80s music. So and my favorite song is September by Earth, Wind and Fire. So it's like if you hear like September and it's like, do you remember the 21st of, it's like, so it's like you can play that song and you can capture it and be like, do you remember? And like point, I call them trending reels. I don't know if there's like a fancier name for it, but then just me pointing, it gets more people to like engage with what's clicking up on the screen, which is called text overlay. And so you
Okay.
have that going up. So those are three really easy ones to do. And the funny thing is those typically do extremely well if they're under 15 seconds. If you can keep it under 8, it does even better.
Okay.
Crazy enough. But so those typically are really so those are the three that will also help you get more people following you. And then you can also take what you were doing with the YouTube videos and shorten it. I call it long to short form content, where you clip that YouTube video. That's
Mhm.
option number 4, which requires you actually recording a long form video. Most of my clients don't have that yet. But that's another option for
Yeah.
doing a video. And then the other one is called a talking head. That's the 5th option. And that's where you say, like, if your child is ready to be a confident reader, I would love to work with them in 4011 Learning. Let me tell you how one of my clients or one of my tutoring students grew 3 levels within 3 months.
So that's just kind of like a case study, sort of. You're just sharing a case study and you're okay.
Yep. And you can, but the cool thing with talking heads, you can like snip it so you can think about it a little bit and be like, wait, what do I need to say here? And you're like, okay, let me record. And then you say, okay, wait, what do I need to say again? Okay, here. And those can do really well too. And that's good practice if you ever do want to do ads. They do really well in ads, but they're not as good on the regular feed.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so where I go, is that in the marketing portal?
That
Where
is,
things are shared.
these are available that are free, so which is great. So you've got those, and I will upload the 96, and I'm putting them in notes here. So episode 96 and 95, I'm gonna do hot video, short, hot, short form videos. That's here. But then for the marketing systems portal, here we are. If you are looking for replays of that, if we're talking about just the topics and more support on like how to write those hot posts and things like that, it is under their content batching system.
Okay, perfect.
So if you click into that one, that is here. And then if you scroll down and you're like, where are all these replayed calls? If you scroll down in the portal, in that same area, so it's like right underneath here with the content batching system.
Learning. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't want to keep
Of
you any longer. I
course.
want you to have your break.
No,
but
I will
thank
get
you.
my
I
break.
appreciate it.
But of course, I'm so excited for you. This is going to be, I really do think that like it's simple and it's quick to do, but it's just a low energy lift that we can do while you
Yeah.
are in this flare
Yeah.
situation.
So, and hopefully I have an injection that is the insurance company and the pharmacy are going back and forth. I haven't had it since July, so hopefully I'll get it. It's $4,000, so I can't pay for it myself.
I remember it was
So
$4,000. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Rob's or we have family members that
Yeah.
have the same. It's literally, I think it might be the same. Maybe not the same, but it's $4,000 as well, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Okay. All right. So hopefully I get that soon and I'll be back to normal. But
Back to normal. I hope so too. But until then, I think you've already said
keep it
clients.
simple.
You have somebody that's working with you. So you're
Yeah.
doing great. So it's like now it's not that you're in a bad situation. You have to get to good. We're in a good situation and we're going to go to great.
I just want to stay present. I just want to stay in people's minds, and not completely.
Fade away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
So-
you, Megan.
Of course. And I will see you at the 1 o'clock call. For everybody else, if you're interested in joining marketing or scaling systems, which are changing to be 5-figure foundation and scaling, 6-figure scaling, those 2 programs, if you're interested, definitely talk with me more about it. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week for the free Facebook group call. All right. Bye, everybody.